Hello, hello, hello. Once again, welcome back, everyone, to the 1 hour laser design challenge, the 1 hour Rayjet challenge, the best part of my Wednesday. My name is Don. I've been with Trotec for the past couple of years. I'm the consumables manager here. I am here to act as your host and to facilitate this little challenge with our very, very talented designers, Amy and Miguel. How are you guys?
I'm good.
Good. Yeah.
This is just a loop of Miguel. It's a GIF of Miguel that we have that we just run. Ratna, welcome back. Welcome back. Bonjour, bonjour. How is everyone?
Oh, I was like, what is BJR?
I think it's bonjour. Ça va would be the
Bonjour.
CV, I'm pretty sure. Bonjour, Rambo. That's the first. Is their name really Rambo? Like, that's the coolest name. I'm not going to say that because I'm going to pronounce it terribly, but hello from Colombia. Very happy to have you here. Very happy that everyone is tuning in with us. If this is your first time watching, over the next 60 minutes, roughly, give or take, we're going to challenge our two designers, Amy and Miguel, to take on either a project or possibly to teach us a new technique, something really cool that they're going to do with their Rayjet lasers. This week, we're looking at some interior home decor. And possibly something that you guys might be able to leverage into signage. I mean, it's a cool technique that I think Miguel is going to show us, and that is going to turn into, I hope, some really, really cool projects. I don't think we've done much in the way of planning this week ahead of time, Miguel, have we? I don't know that we have a design ready to go.
No, it didn't. And yeah, last week was kind of in a rush, right? We're doing finishing up the project, which is going to be pretty cool. The coffee shop thing, right? We're going to see a teaser real soon. So it was really rushed. And then this week, I already had that in my mind. I saw this cool project. I was like, I'm going to try that on the Rayjet stream someday, eventually. I don't know when. But then come Monday, people are like, oh, what are we going to do this week? I was like, well, I have no idea. So let's try this cool little thing that I saw a couple months ago and see if it works, right?
Miguel's been working really, really hard on his secret Miguel project, so we're going to be excited to show you guys pretty soon. But we asked a very tired, hardworking Miguel on like Friday or Monday, like, what do you want to do this week? And he goes like, I saw this cool thing. We're like, yeah, go. Rambo, merci beaucoup. Et c'est moi qui vous remercie pour regarder le stream. Hello from Germany.
Close the captions, please. I have no idea what you just said. Don.
Oh, he just said, thank you guys for everything you're doing. And then we also have Hola, Donnie, Miguel, Amy.
Yes.
Oh.
Hola.
Hola.
This week we have return of classic producer Lev in the background. So you can thank him for
classic.
All the great
Paul Dano. Paul Dano, the classic.
all the great camera movement you'll see in the back. You know what? I think we're probably just about ready to get started. If you guys are watching either for your first time, if you're a repeat viewer, we would love if you guys would say hello in the chat. Ask any questions you like. Ask Amy what it's like to be a Rayjet owner. Ask Miguel and I mean, questions about what you see as designing, questions about our consumables, questions about Lev. That's what we're here for. Amy, how are you, by the way? We haven't gotten to talk to you in a week.
Oh, it's been interesting. I've had a busy week.
Yeah?
Yeah, it's been quite busy. I've got a few orders piling up, so it's getting into the Christmas season. It's getting that busy time of year again.
100%. It's still crazy to me that on November 1st already stores have the Christmas decorations rolling out, but you know, it's the most wonderful time of the year.
It is, and the busiest.
Indeed. I mean, if you guys are all ready, do we want to jump in? Miguel, do you want to share your screen? We can start talking some cool design stuff.
I'm gonna do that. To be honest, today I think it's gonna be a really chill stream, right? Let me put it here because this is a fairly easy technique, and it's more about your creativity and what you can do with it. And it goes back to the a couple of streams back. We did geometric animals. We also did the shadow box, and it all goes back to the same kind of concept. Layering, right? And understanding that what goes below has to be larger, to have more surface so you can glue on top and things like that. What I'm just going to show here is something pretty cool. Actually, I'm going to do a curve, spiral, right? So I'm going to do a spiral here, and everything is a stroke, but there is a panel called appearances panel, right? That is one of these icons here, but I have no idea which one is it because I just don't remember. Like, I don't remember. I think this is the one. Yeah, appearance here. So when you select something, right, it shows your path. It shows the appearance. It shows that there's no fill. There's one stroke. And one cool thing that you can do, and this is roughly how you make those layer geometric things that you see out there, laser cut, is you can add as many strokes as you want, right? So if I add another stroke here, you can see it changes the size and it goes up, right? You can put the points up, but you can also change, if you click on the stroke, the way that the stroke is gonna get bigger. So if I put a 2-point stroke, it should be able to align to the center. Why is it not aligned to the center? Well, it should be. Apparently, I don't know what's going on, but eventually you can put align stroke to inside. So every time that you put here, if I change the color, right, this stroke, and make it bigger, change here, always select the thing. You're gonna have another stroke with a different color, on top of it, and you can add more strokes and change the color again and keep getting bigger. But because it's not going inside for some reason, I don't exactly know what's going on. But if you spend a
There,
period,
there goes our There goes our chill stream.
no, is it still gonna be chill
Take
because
notes.
this is easily circumvented, let's say, right?
Yeah.
But since one stroke was being made on top of the other, and you guys weren't seeing because the whole thing here on the stroke alignment was not popping up, and I don't know why. If I take one in front of the other, you can see that they made like multiple strokes, right?
Mhm.
So each one of those I would transform in a cut line, that eventually I will cut and glue one on top of the other. And that's basically how I would make this. And that's how I will make this. But I'm trying to make something cool around, like some cool patterns, some, I don't know, crazy abstract things, and put everything inside a shape, right? A wall decor or something like that, and glue one on top of the other, and that'll be it. Right?
Cool.
So that's basically what we're doing. Appearances panel, creating more strokes, eventually expanding appearances. Go here to object, expand appearance, and separate all of them, and transform all of them in cut lines. And
So
that's it.
when you're talking about, so I want to show this really quick because this is the, so these are some of the geometric animals that we did. This is the one that was done by our guest that week from Trotec, Mexico. This was done by Alberto and Scarlett, who joined us from Mexico, and it is kind of similar in principle, I guess, to the sort of technique. Miguel did a couple of cool applications that week. This elephant, and then he also did a peacock that I think I have a couple of close-up cool shots of. I was gonna say, so this technique is a little bit more loose and free-flowing, I guess, then, right? Than sort of like where this one is mostly composed of harder, like more angled geometric shapes, like what you were showing us there with the.
Actually made it here. You see, this is the alignment that I was showing.
Okay.
Now the alignment is inside, so you can create like another stroke, and basically, wait, this was here, and you can make it like yellow, but this one will be on top of the other. So I'm gonna see if I can drag this down to here and make it 23. You see, that's in the back. So they all layer together, and then you can just object appearance, expand appearance, and expand. And now you can deselect each one of them. And they already have the thickness that you should be cutting at, right?
Oh, that's really cool.
And it's pretty simple as well. And then let your creativity flow.
So
That's
it's almost
nice.
like a kind of shadow box in a way, too.
Yes, the difference is that in the shadow box, there is no such tool to help you with, right?
Right.
The shadow box is basically an illustration that you are layering. In this case, you're doing everything at the same time because you're using one shape and then you go to the appearance panel and you multiply that shape like 5 times, and then you cut all of them. With the shadow box, you have to do each one of those layers manually. Let's say.
Yeah,
You
makes
want
sense.
in a specific type of design, right?
So, what material are you using this week? You're doing wood, I think, right?
Yep. This wood here, which is something veneer, I believe,
That's
or is a solid
exactly
wood.
right. No, that's veneer. You're totally right.
But this is walnut, right?
Yep, perfect.
Yeah. So walnut
Walnut veneer.
veneer. The
By the
3M
way,
in the back, so we can glue them.
okay, so I mean, do you want to get started? Well, maybe we'll pop over. We'll show some of the cool stuff Amy's working on. I wanted to pop this up really quick too. Lev had it up for a second there just while you were talking, but you recently acquired the Rayjet 50, and this training is very important to me. We appreciate that. Congratulations. That's really exciting.
That's nice.
Yeah. Any questions, of course? I mean, for the Mattis, that's what we're here for. I really do like this technique though, man, because I love what you did with the shadow boxes. I love what you did with the geometric animals, but because this has a little bit more freedom in terms of the fact that you can use kind of more flowing, like abstract shapes, I'm excited to see what you make. I'm not sure I entirely understand what it is to expect just yet, but Christmas. You guys, I love Christmas.
Me
No
too.
surprise. No surprise.
hmm
I'm still like a nice Halloween boy at heart, but I do love me some Christmas.
I'm just looking forward to all the cheesy Christmas movies to come online.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, and it's coming up to that time too where Christmas is the only time of year where I can, convince my loved ones to watch movies with me and call it tradition. Like, oh, we have to watch Christmas Vacation because it's tradition. We have to watch Home Alone or like Die Hard or whatever it is because it's tradition. I can't seem to get away with like, hey, it's the third Sunday in February. Like we have to watch the first Matrix movie or like, you know what I mean? I can sort of like write those off as like a cool. So you mentioned you were working on some orders, Amy. Can you tell me a little bit about the sort of stuff that you're working on today? Are you doing some like greeting cards? Are you doing some cool like?
I'm doing. Do you know the challenge I did for the platter? It was the Christmas platter that I did.
Yep, of course.
Well, someone messaged me and said, "Oh, I really like those. Could I order some?" So I was like, "Yeah, sure, get those done." And then the word got around that was starting to sell them around the neighborhood, around where I live. So that was making and selling. So that's how I started. A lot of people actually watch these videos to see what I do, like, with the Rayjet. And it's a great starting point to show people what I can do with it.
That's awesome. Hold on.
So I've got all this through this video.
I'm going to see if I think that's posted up. I think we might have reposted that. Yes, right here. I mean, it is like a really, really cool project. I just want to pop it up here on the screen as well.
But instead of doing it on the like wood, I've just used chopping boards.
Oh, nice. Okay, that makes sense. So just out of curiosity, because we don't always, like on the Laser Jams on Friday, we sometimes get a chance to talk to, I've been looking forward to it since June. It really is the most wonderful time of the year. I have to say, Christmas this year with some of the things going on in the world that shall remain nameless may be interesting, but I like the fact that, I'm gonna like very often I have a pretty big family and I don't necessarily get to see them all at Christmas, but this year because of Zoom and the fact that there's no expectation that we should all have to get together and have one huge meal and do this whole thing, I'm not taking no for an answer. Like I'm going to get all my loved ones together online and just manage this like disaster of noise that's going to be coming out of my computer speakers. I cannot wait. What I was going to say though is like as a business person, Amy, I'm curious as to like how much of the work you do now, like how much does sort of custom orders and stuff that come into you represent what it is that you use the Rayjet for, and then is there also like some time on the side just to like do fun like personal projects? Do you still enjoy like just getting to fool around with the Rayjet and see what it can do?
Oh yeah, definitely. I'd say it's very 50-50 right now when it comes to like orders and then just me just playing around.
That's cool. That's cool. Oh, that's a good idea. So Lev was just asking me about I have like a cool surprise coming up later in the stream here. I want to ask you guys about, but I wanted to ask some more. So, just out of curiosity though, Amy, I mean, like, when you bought the Rayjet, did you assume that it was going to be a piece that you were going to use for like small business reasons, or did you buy it principally just as like this is a cool thing?
Oh, no, definitely small business then, but yeah, small business, but also mostly just to play with as well.
I mean, it can be both. It can be both.
Yeah, it's very 50-50 right now. Like, hopefully in the future, it'll be just completely just me focused on like my business. But yeah.
That's cool. Well, I mean,
hopefully I can build up enough to for a speedy line.
I mean, listen, we would very much love that. I mean, we would, we would have to change the logo for the original for the show, but I think we can manage that. I don't know if we can find an SP3000 for Amy. Exactly. Thank you, Lev. Start the petition. Petition.org.
Petition.org.
Don't anybody miss out. I'll say it right at the top of the show. I always remember to say it at the end of the show, but at Mischief Pop, so MISS Chief Pop on Instagram. Check out Amy's work. She's very, very talented. If you're in the UK, or it doesn't really matter. You may be expecting to pay a little bit more post if you're not from the UK, but at the same time, Amy is fantastic. She sent Miguel and I a little box of, not that this has anything to do with our endorsement of her, but I wanted to publicly get some Halloween candy. That was a very, very sweet gesture. That was so cool.
He's welcome.
We never get to have British candy. It's very much like American candy. But it was delicious.
I hope you shared.
Johnny, how are you? Absolutely. Oh, just so technically, yes, it is going to go on the cafeteria table today, like the open box so that people can help themselves. But because Miguel wasn't in the office yesterday, he was working from home, I specifically hid it away because I was like, Miguel has to have some of this candy before,
He didn't even want to open the box without me. I was like, wait, man, like, no. The box says Don and Miguel, so open the box, dude. Like, see what is it?
I wait till Christmas to open my presents. Also, Johnny, I quickly
I'm
skipped
going to
over.
start arguments over there because it says Don and Miguel. They're going to be like, no, she's put Don and Miguel. It's only for us.
I wanted to thank Johnny really quick because I borrowed his name for today, just for the stream.
Is that our famous Johnny Trotec? I'm not like looking at the chat, so.
Yep, Johnny Green from the UK is here, Mr. Johnny Trotec.
Johnny.
Yes, mentions you can come see him in the SP2000 in Guildford anytime you like.
Big fan of the Command and Conquer. I see.
Yes. I always forget about that. The cool Command and Conquer stuff. Yeah, if you guys don't follow Johnny Trotec on Instagram, you're missing out, my friends. He does some very cool stuff. Miguel,
yes. Up.
I trust you implicitly. You appear to be drawing
something. Yes.
Squiggles.
Yes, it is. It's literally like weird stuff that might look cool.
I think it's gonna look cool. I think this. We talked about this before. It sort of always reminds me, stuff like this always reminds me of the Joy Division album cover with the seismograph art on it. But I'm like really excited for this. I never get to see Miguel work on like an abstract piece.
Now that's one thing, right? Like, this actually takes a while to properly set it up because you got to do each stroke appearance in each stroke that you made, right? So for instance, I have a group of 4 strokes here, correct? So I have to do for each one of them. I cannot just group them. One thing that I'm gonna try and see if I can make is like if I create another stroke and change this line here, put another color, I can color pick all the strokes, and guess what? I can't. So yeah, it might take a while. Like,
Johnny,
you gotta do that manually.
Forgive me for interrupting you, Miguel. Just really quick, Johnny. That is a very sincere invitation. If you would like to join us and be the 4th leg of our table next week, that you'd be very much welcome. I think we're going to do something maybe Remembrance Day themed next week, or like sort of veterans themed. So I have no idea what that's going to be yet, but if you want to start planning, and if you guys watching would like to visit the bit.ly link in the little banner you see scrolling at the bottom of the screen, we accept any and all suggestions. We cannot necessarily do them all, but we constantly go to that thread for inspiration.
What? This is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna do cool spires. I'm just gonna do that.
Dude, cool spirals. This is like the theme of every high school notebook I had. I'm so on board for this.
Don, why do you say these weird things? We're live.
What do you mean? Listen, I was the kid that used to get in trouble for like drawing on like his tests and stuff. I would like put like funny cartoons in the margins and stuff of tests, and I'd get back notes that were like, haha, very funny, please try harder. I'd be like, oh dang. But I'm gonna see if
By yourself.
Lev has some videos. Okay, Lev, do you have some of those videos that you can queue up? Amy, that's a good question. What function are you using right now? That's in Corel, obviously, but
Yeah, I'm just using the visual segment delete tool, and it just takes away a lot of the lines that clip together. So when it puts in the laser, it'll just join up.
So it's like taking those two individual shapes and then queuing them into like one, kind of like the shaper builder tool that Miguel showed before with it. That's really cool. I didn't know Corel could. I mean, I assumed it could do it, but I didn't know how.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Forgive me. I'm sorry. Lev is 5 steps ahead of me here as usual. So he's just so fast. We wanted to show you guys this video because it features a very, very cool material in it. It is the only video I believe we have that features mother of pearl. Mother of pearl is like really, really different. I mean, if you're not familiar, it's a beautiful sort of incandescent material made from shells, I think, if I'm not mistaken. It's like it's a really beautiful, unique, like, yes, copy Paul, Corel Draw, I think is what Amy's using, right? Corel Draw?
That's right.
Yeah. Yes. Okay. A synthetic mother of pearl, specifically because, hopefully organic mother of pearl. There it is right there. Those sort of bright green. I don't know if there it is. I think. Is that the stuff? Yes.
I just stopped doing that because I want to see that. What?
Yes. Okay. This is it. So we had a cool. Yes. Thank you, Love. Okay. So this close up. Yeah. You can see it there. So this is mother of pearl. It has a one-of-a-kind sort of reflective quality that it's super, super beautiful. It catches light really, really gorgeously. It's done on like a lot of classic guitar necks, for example, used on a lot of like classic jewelry, stuff like that. We're currently looking at potentially bringing it in. Hey, Jason. Good morning. You're not late. You are right on time. Yeah, so exactly as Lev says here, we're thinking about bringing it into Canada, but we're curious about, sort of looking at if people would be interested in it, realistically, if it's something that you guys think you could use. I mean, obviously it's laserable. It's got a beautiful, beautiful finish. It has a gorgeous, gorgeous color. And we've had people asking us for iridescent materials, like sort of hologram-ish, like colored materials forever. So, this was one of those solutions that was potentially kind of special. We don't know of anybody else that has it. And yeah, I don't know. I mean, keep an eye out. We may look at bringing it in sort of on a small scale in the near future, just so that, you guys can get something that's a little bit extra special. Thank you, guys. Oh, you guys are the best. You always support me, all my endeavors. Such nice comments in the chat. We have such a good chat.
All of them.
Yes. We really appreciate you guys tuning in each week, for the record.
That's true. That I can get behind.
A diode laser will cut it. That's a good question. Yes. Here's the guitar neck. Thank you, Lev. So here's the guitar neck and the classic the original classic, Mr. Mike Clark. Been in the laser business for 35 years. 35 plus. I like to say that because he hates it when I say it. High Volt, welcome back. Yes. Christmas time is an ideal time for a material like this because it's super bright, super festive. Takes something like very basic and makes it like very special. Also, this gives me a great excuse to bring in some of my guitars and do like cool applications on the neck and do like custom artwork on it. And then, you know, for work, I think it's super, super beautiful. The thing is, too, is it's very, very thin, right? So you can use it for applications like this in the same way that you can use the thins or, you know, one of our other, you know, sort of materials designed for decals, things like that. And it works really, really well. Okay, hold on. I'm going to jump back to Miguel. I want to see these cool spirals.
They're not cool yet.
They're pretty cool.
We'll get there. So.
Newfound, thank you so much. I don't know if I've ever seen you in the chat before, but welcome, welcome. Any suggestions you guys have for next week? I mean, it's Remembrance Day in Canada, but then also Veterans Day in the United States, and you know, we want to do something to honor veterans next week specifically. So, any suggestions you guys have for cool applications, either for next week or in the future? I mean, drop them in the chat. We're always happy to have them. Any questions you guys want to ask about what these two are doing right now? I have some questions about what Miguel is doing, but I know it's going to come out cool. I just like to razzle him because it, you know, actually makes it a challenge. This is your first time watching. That's so cool. Awesome, awesome, awesome.
Being a timer, being a time is not challenge enough, right? Answer the questions.
Not for you guys. I'm convinced after like how many weeks of successes back to back to back to back that like I'm gonna have to start introducing like, you know those stupid shows. I shouldn't say stupid. You know those TV shows where like they have to like run across foam bricks and stuff and try not to fall in pits and like fall in the water and get hit by giant like swinging.
Wait, we did have some failures, right? Like Amy had to save me for like 2 weeks in a row. So Halloween.
I mean, listen, I don't like to say that Amy's crushed it every single week, you know, because I don't want to put any like pressure on Amy specifically. But Amy has a very good track record in these challenges for finishing a cool project by the end. But the thing is, like, I would say that Miguel's one weakness is that he's very ambitious, which is, I mean, depending on how you look at it, not really a weakness. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Miguel is an Icarus. He's like
Indeed,
too
yeah,
close to the sun.
Yeah, wings of wax, indeed. This was a project we did last year, Remembrance Day, where we recreated the Battle of Vimy Ridge in like a really cool topographical map style. You can see the full video on our YouTube channel, but it turned out beautifully. We used a combination of some acrylics and then also some wood products that you can see here, the wood to make the topographical map. We have the acrylics for like a backing sign that we built, as well as like all of the individual little, they almost look like Stratego pieces. They're like really cool representations of some of the big like battalions and you know, people that were at Vimy Ridge that day and stuff. So yeah, I don't know. It's a really cool application. I'm curious. Yeah, you can see the assembly here. This thing, I absolutely love this thing, but we have it standing right next to a door. And Miguel can attest how many times I've walked directly into this thing and watched all the pieces shake and I've almost destroyed Vimy Ridge, like in like a Galactus like level moment.
You did like, actually you did twice.
I did.
Everything dropped to the ground and I had to pick it up. Yep.
Not once, but twice.
I did help though. I did help pick it up. I want to put it out there. Miguel is super nice to help me, considering that I did, you know, basically destroy Vimy Ridge twice. But
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Ooh, Christmas decorations. You know what? We definitely have to do some Christmas decorations coming up pretty soon.
We will.
This will be the first Christmas for the Rayjet 1 Hour Challenge. So, you know, I'm pretty sure Miguel's going to come up with some really, really cool stuff. I know we've done some cool Christmas decoration videos in the past. So
Why didn't you come with some pretty cool stuff, Don?
Listen, I try, but my stuff's never as cool as your stuff. Hold on, I want to pop back. Speaking of which, I do want to watch you actually building the multi-level part of it, because I think this is one of the really important parts. Can I ask what it was that was causing it to not display the stroke like to the inside previously?
I honestly have no idea. To be honest, I think is because this line here, it's not closed, right? So if I join this one with this one, I think now it works. Topmost fill stroke is not active. So, where is it?
Oh, Illustrator.
Yep.
Oh, line has to be. That's still actually pretty cool.
It's a weird thing, but like, yeah, it's pretty cool. It's just not gonna cut, right?
Yeah. I mean, yeah.
Be as cool as we want, but like, it has to cut.
Ooh.
So if it doesn't go inside, it's gonna be weird. So I gotta circumvent that.
Engraving an old rifle stock with some veteran scenes. That's a great idea. That'd be a really interesting one.
Yeah.
I was curious
That'd be nice.
High Volt mentioned about an LED lighted Christmas decoration with black acrylic and transparent. Yeah, if you want to post up a link, that's always cool. Please go nuts. Yeah, throw it in the chat and we'll check it out and see if we can pop it onto the screen. I want to shout out High Volt again really quick, because I had two of my colleagues come to me this morning and ask about our heat bender, and ask, how wide it was. It's 48 inches, by the way. And they were asking like, oh, could you do like a full sheet on it at one time? And I said like, well, because it's 48 inches, you should be able to. And I was like, but if you wanted to bend acrylic, apparently there's a way in a laser. Amy, this is gorgeous. This is really, really nice.
Oh, thank you.
I should say one of these days, it's just because of the natural like Christmas tree shape that you have at the bottom of the design, but one of these days I would like to get you guys to come back to cake toppers, because I recently had a chat with one of our customers that does a lot of business in cake toppers, and I'm realizing, like almost on an anniversary, maybe a 1-year anniversary, I want to make Miguel go back to an old application that he did at that time and take it to the next level. Do you know what I mean? Like 1 year later,
awesome, yeah.
Past Amy and Miguel versus current Amy and Miguel.
See how we've improved. Oh no.
Or.
Don't make it a competition.
Miguel will reinvent himself. New Miguel. Miguel 2.0. You guys, I consider it a win in these streams if I can make Miguel laugh. Like a lot of silly, goofy stuff.
I barely have the time to compete with Amy on a weekly basis.
No, you're not competing. You're both pushing towards a common goal. I like to think you're on like a relay team. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you say that, and then like the stream is over, and you're like,
I never say that. Classic producer Lev loves to say that stuff, but I do not say that stuff.
They wind you up, Miguel.
Constantly, Amy. Constantly.
Was it in his contract?
We only do it because it will make him stronger.
Yeah.
It's like training with weighted clothing. You know what I mean?
Totally.
Doesn't work, by the way.
No? Oh, I've wasted so much time.
Then you're gonna have to try a bit harder.
A quick reminder to you guys as well. This is well in advance, so don't worry about missing it or anything like that. But mark your calendars. This month, at the moment, I believe it's scheduled for the 13th of November. We're going to do a really cool webinar with some colleagues from our home office in Austria, and we're going to show off Ruby, which is our new software for all the speedy machines. It's an online-based software. I won't get too much into it. I mean, I won't, spoilers, but it is very, very cool. It's available for open beta right now. If you have a Trotec Speedy Laser, you can visit ruby.troteclaser.com. You can download the software for free. Check it out, try it out, and we're going to do like a really cool tutorial kind of overview video next Friday on the 13th. So yeah, don't miss it. It's going to be very, very cool. I think it's at 10:30 Eastern Standard Time But again, I'll give you some more firm dates and times as we get closer. Very likely, if you subscribe to our emails, you'll get something before the week is up. But yeah, I'm excited about it. It's going to be cool. I really think Ruby might be like something really, really special for the Trotec machines. I'm excited to check it out.
I really hope this works.
That should be the slogan for our show. The 1 hour laser design challenge. I really hope this works.
It's very Van Gogh from it. Van Gogh from it.
Yep.
Like the Starry Night.
Very, very much.
Mm-hmm.
Excuse me. Do you
All
just
right,
have a... No, please, Amy, go ahead.
Mm-hmm.
Are you popping something in the Rayjet right now?
Acrylic.
Ooh, nice.
It's so dark in here right now. You can actually see like the screen. I'm using the glossy. I
love the glossy acrylic. Hold on. I wanted to show off too because and all your bank details. That's great. I wanted to show off because Amy had such a beautifully decorated workspace last week. Well, and for most of October, it gradually got spookier and spookier. You can see all the videos for Spooky Month on our YouTube channel, but it's so interesting to see Amy's studio kind of back to normal this week. I'm like, oh, where are all the skulls and bats and spooky things?
It's true. All right.
Where in Canada are we located? That is a good question. We have 4 locations in Canada. Miguel and I are out of the Mississauga office in Ontario, which means today we're coldish. We also have offices in Montreal, in Quebec. We have one in Calgary in Alberta, and we also have one just outside of Vancouver in Langley in British Columbia, which means they are warmish. We have machines at every single location. We have techs and service people, customer service and laser sales sort of experts at every single location. So no matter which one is closest to you, give us a call. We'll set up a demo for you, or just drop in and show off the lasers. So the new software for Rayjet Laser is for free. That's a good question. So there's a slight distinction. Excuse me. There's a slight distinction. The new Ruby software is for the speedy lasers, and it is free right now because it's in beta. So it's free to test out, see if you like it. If you come across any bugs or glitches, we'd appreciate it if you let us know. The new Rayjet Manager software that Miguel is using, or you'll see him use when he sends us to the laser, is free if you purchased, at least in Canada, this is, I should say, is free if you purchased your Rayjet within the last 12 months. There is an upgrade fee outside of that, but you would have to get a hold of your local Trotec via Canada or otherwise to find out what the price is. But I think if you asked Miguel, which I will do now because there's Miguel, is it worth it to upgrade from the Ruby Mini Manager to the Ruby Manager?
Not Ruby.
Or, pardon me. Thank you. The Rayjet Mini Manager to the Rayjet Manager.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, the Mini Manager is doable, but nah, man. the Rayjet Manager is way better. Doesn't even compare to the Mini Manager. So really worth it.
I mean, we've talked about it before too, that Amy still makes a lot of beautiful stuff using the Mini Manager. The Mini Manager has some limitations, but they're I would say they're mostly, from my estimation, from this chair, not having to use a laser, they're mostly workflow driven. So Amy will have to make her the work piece that she makes has to be exactly the same size as her Rayjet bed, for example. Actually, I should ask Amy, how do you find working with the Mini Manager? I know, good or bad, it's totally fine. I'm looking more for honesty. I know you've advocated for the Mini Manager a few times. You're pro Mini Manager, but how do you find it? Both pros and cons.
It's tricky because you've got to make the bed size for whatever material you're using the same width and height and everything. Mm-hmm. It's tricky, but I've got used to it. You can definitely work around it.
That's the big thing, right? Is it just kind of comes into your workflow after a little while.
What it is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We've done some streams too with Miguel. We did one in particular that I believe is available on our YouTube channel. I'd have to check with producer Lev, but where Miguel sort of unveiled a lot of the went sort of tool by tool through the Rayjet Manager and got to show off a lot of the cool new things One of them being that the bedside sort of operates exactly like the job control software for the Speedy does. So he's able to just kind of place things wherever he likes. Oops. Sneak peeks of things. Oh, you guys are going to be so excited. I cannot wait to give Miguel a chance to just talk at length about the cool projects that he's been doing. I want you guys to know, Miguel, man, he's layers on layers. He's an onion. He's got good stuff going in the background.
Just call me an ogre. Like, is that?
No, I called you an onion.
Low key, you just call me Shrek or some stuff like that.
Oh, that's so cool, Miguel. The laser
Love,
cam.
are you giving away spoilers right now? What is this? We having a
Business logo or something like that.
There we go. I mean, Amy immediately noticed it though. It is very beautiful. Miguel did some great work. I don't know. Can we talk about this live? What is the?
Hey, what is going on the screen? I'm actually just focused here on the.
I'm watching your screen, bud. I'm watching your screen, and I'm trying to talk a lot because I know that you're concentrating very carefully on this, very cool but very trippy.
Yeah, like I gotta stop here because otherwise I'm not gonna have enough time to do this. Like, for sure, I won't have enough time to do this.
I mean, it is really cool. TikTok Miguel says, Lev. Welcome back, Lev. We missed you.
Okay, so how do I start this?
We're going to get with the kids somehow.
Well, Miguel's working. Yeah, Miguel's working. Amy, you're cutting right now, I guess, eh? In the laser?
Yeah, I'm cutting right now. It's just taking a minute.
Awesome. Yeah, no big deal. Maybe this is a good time. I'm going to see if I can get our... so we had a little planned maintenance today on the web store, but if I can pull it up for you guys, I can show off some of the materials that Miguel's going to be using. I know we showed you guys before. I mean, we've done work with the veneered woods in the past. Here we go. Doodle-doo. I'm gonna make this full screen. Again, like I mentioned before, Trotec Ruby, if you want to come to engraving-supplies.ca, engraving-supplies.ca. That's in the little bar at the bottom there. I took care to spell it correctly and everything. You guys can visit it. You can get a free download link to Ruby just by clicking right here. We have, this really cool hobbyist pack. I know we talked about it before. The hobbyist pack, I think, is really, really exciting because it's 20 of our, some of our most popular materials combined with some newer kind of cool materials, all cut down to 12 by 12. So, just about any laser machine will fit them pretty comfortably. And you can test out a whole bunch of things all at once at a 20% off the list price sort of discount. It's a really, really cool package. You should definitely check it out if you're interested. Miguel is going to be using some of our veneered wood.
Like Lev says, yes.
And he called it, yeah, you rang. He's using the walnut. He called it perfectly. That's the veneered walnut, but there's 6 colors. Take your pick, choose whatever you find. It's all good stuff. It's all good stuff. Amy's using some glossy acrylic. I think I can find the stuff she's using. I think it is going to be this right here. Ta-doo. The black color gloss is like one of our most popular products in all of Canada too. I want you guys to know I'm very happy that some of it ended up in the hands of Miss Amy Hill. Talented designer, illustrator, woman about town. It gives me a good chance too, while you guys are busy being artistes, to talk about this. If you're newer to the stream, because I know we mentioned we had a few people watching for the first time, and you live in Canada. Unfortunately, this is something I can only offer for Canada. But if this is your first time watching the stream, or you just haven't taken advantage of this promo before, you can visit the little bit.ly link, the bit.ly/1 hour promo that's scrolling through the banner there at the bottom, and fill out a short little form, and we'll give you a coupon for $25 off some consumables. We just want to get a better idea of who's watching the stream and what sort of stuff you guys like to see, and you know what I mean? Like, please no more notes about like more Miguel and Amy, less Don. Your voice has been heard. Donnie Trotec's not going anywhere, I'm afraid. So, Miguel, I'm getting word from the producer that they want you to explain what it is you're doing.
Right now, I'm trying to do this in time. So I just went to the Rayjet manager. Actually, I gotta share my screen, right?
It's already.
No, not on the Rayjet manager.
Oh, I see. Yeah, you were just in your Illustrator.
So basically, after I finish what I did, I'm just gonna bring it up here. And this is the first layer, so I'm gonna kiss cut, right? So I know where to put the next layer. I'm gonna do that like 4 times in a row, and that's it. And like hope for the best, right? Because I came here without a plan, with a concept in my mind, not a plan, a concept.
What do you mean, hope for the best? Right.
Right?
Oh, dude, it's gonna be really, really cool.
No. So this is like, why is it gonna take that much to kiss cut this? So it shouldn't take that long to kiss cut this, right?
You're kiss cutting just for placement. This is so that you can. This will be like the bottom layer. Oh, he's gone, folks. So I'm gonna narrate. Oh no, he's back.
Yeah, it's just replacement. So I probably did something wrong with my file, and I'm trying to find out what was. Because I know the Rayjet is fast enough. I should do this like in less than 2 minutes. So I'm trying to figure out what exactly happened here. Why is it gonna take that long to kiss cut all that? But I don't think I have a choice. I gotta go. No, gotta go fast. So
that's true. Gotta go fast.
Hit it.
I'm not sure if that will work directly out of the chat, but if you just copy paste that into the URL bar, that'll take you directly there.
So just a one big cut, right? So I can have the frame, and then I'm just gonna put things on top of the other. Again, this was a concept. This was not a what's the word? It was not a planned project.
No, this is a proof of concept. Yeah.
Most of our streams are a planned project, just so you guys know. This week was more of a concept that I had in my mind, and to show you about the appearance panels. So if you have a better concept and a better project in mind that you can use the appearance panel, please do, and tag us on Instagram. We're gonna repost that because I think mine is gonna be a flop, but you know, it's good to give the education out there so you guys know the tools that you can use to make some cool stuff.
And
I mean, honest, the guy that I saw making this, it was like a 48-inch wall decor that he did with that. He said that he put a week doing the project, right? So I'm putting 1 hour. Yeah, keep that in mind.
No, I was just gonna say that like I can, because I have some idea of what the finished product is gonna look like. I already know in advance it's gonna be cool. Even as just hold on. You know, I want to see the. That's really beautiful, Amy. That's really well done.
Merry Christmas for y'all. Sorry?
And to all a good night. That's wicked. She's muted right now just because the laser's working. But
I forgot I was muted myself.
That's okay. It's really gorgeous, Amy. It's really nice.
There we go. Could totally use this as a cake topper, or I'm going to put it on the wall behind me.
Please.
Could totally add, personalize it by adding your name, family names, surnames. Doesn't have to just be a same.
Well, and I think the technique you showed in Corel Draw to like link all the shapes together, you were using principally with the text in this case, but that's something that you could use with a lot of different things, I think, to create like cool interlaced. Because that's like a key point of designing for a laser, right? Is making sure that the shapes are like locking together so that you're, limiting the amount of small pieces that are going to break off and, potentially.
Oh, totally, yeah.
Another thing that I gotta tell everybody is like some weeks are just like that, right? Some weeks we're here more for the design aspect of it, so we can show you guys more about what type of techniques we use normally to engrave or cut on the lasers, and yeah, that's about it.
It's all right, Miguel. It's really cool, dude. Don't worry. We understand that there has to be weeks that are done as like
filler,
a proof of concept. Yeah, this is our filler arc. Yeah. This is our training arc.
November will be like kind of a filler arc, right, for Christmas. That's where the actual, like, we're gonna do a gingerbread house in December.
Yep.
Yeah.
So that's kind of crazy in itself. I don't even know where to start there, right? For now.
Well, you've never made just like a regular gingerbread house, have you?
No, I don't even know what that is. So there's also
You
that.
didn't
There's
know what it was, do you remember?
the conflict of cultures, you know. So I have to shout out my Cox along. What?
Yeah.
All right, man.
Well, so Nestor mentioned, yeah, don't read the names, but listen. Here, I have big. Here we go. I have big expectations for you guys. Here,
Ooh.
the level of gingerbread house that I'm expecting.
You're expecting the Taj Mahal.
We're definitely gonna do that like in an hour. That's doable.
Make
Miguel,
sure it's
I'll
lit
take
from
one
the inside
after
like
the
this one
other.
is.
And at the end, we'll join our screens and we'll put them together.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it'll be like a mad fold in where you just like
Mhm.
bring the two cameras together and they complement each other coming out the other side.
Yeah. It's the only way it would get done.
It is amazing to me though the stuff that people can do. And I mention this because obviously, like Miguel and I get to talk about this a lot. That what Miguel and Amy have to do in an hour, like it's quite a challenge. I don't know if you guys have ever tried to like complete something on camera in and out. Well, White House, whatever, we can pass on that one. But the gingerbread houses, obviously we may not be able to aspire to some of these that are just like unbelievable, but it never ceases. Yeah, it never ceases to amaze me what
It's what I'm going to look like at the end of it.
face reveal. There is it never ceases to amaze me when you guys take the techniques that we show you and do something even really cool, even cooler, pardon me, and tag us on Instagram. Exactly like Miguel was saying, take what he was showing you, take what Amy was showing you, do something even cooler. Take your time, take the full week that Miguel was saying if you want. Post it up on Instagram and like get us inspired to come back and be like, oh, we saw this cool thing on Instagram done by Johnny Trotec or Mischief Pop or whatever it might be, and I mean we'll be back.
I'd love to see more people do the challenge with us.
Absolutely. Well, listen, next week I think Johnny he basically agreed that next week he's coming on.
Did I?
He's stuck. And he said he had an SP2000, so now it sounds like I'm going to make him use a large format laser. The Rayjet and SP2000 stream. How does it look, Miguel, for the first level? Oh, those are.
What's going on, Miguel?
No, it's just like I knew it wasn't gonna take 12 minutes, so it took only 6. I don't know. Sometimes those crazy shapes kind of bug out the calculation of the time. So I don't know if you guys can see the kiss cutting. Can you?
Hold on, let me see if I can. I'll blow it up
Have
full
a look.
screen.
Yeah.
Absolutely, we can. Yeah.
Oh,
So,
yeah.
So I did this first so I can know where I'm going to put the first layer in, right? Because the next one's
Mhm.
going to be all cut with the 3M. I'm going to rip it off, put it on top of it, and I'm just going to, Lego it out. And one on top of the other. And again, hope it works and looks good.
Nice.
I mean, it will work. I just don't know if it's going to look good.
This is one of the
That'll
reasons that
totally
Miguel is one of my favorite people, is that he uses Lego as a verb.
It's better than like assembling, don't you think?
Absolutely, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Joe, I mean, like, no question. We want to have more people on in the future. I think we really want to get more customers on to join us. I mean, as long as you can put up with, like, this is basically like a live footage of me and Lev, like, while Miguel's working. Like, we don't, as long as you can,
Totally.
as long as you can stand the heat of the laser, by all means, we're really excited to have you.
Yeah, like we have to put like Lev on the spot one day, right? We put you on the spot.
Oh my God, of course. 100%.
Me and Miguel forced it.
This is very like kill the stream, like it's over.
I think absolutely, yeah, exactly. It just goes black. It's another flood.
Okay, it's like, oh, yeah, he can be here. Okay, so the gingerbread house day, it was gonna be Lev doing it. Okay.
Oh, gingerbread house day?
Yeah, apparently.
That's cool. I think we should make you guys do like a tag team.
What? You can do it in an hour? So he also promised he can do it in an hour. So apparently this is going to be the biggest event of the year for Trotec Laser Canada. We're going to do a gingerbread house in exactly 1 hour by Lev Uslander.
We're gonna have like
The
head-to-head
elections
graphics.
have got nothing on the gingerbread.
You heard it here first, folks.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is going to be amazing.
Keep in mind that house, like 2 pieces of gingerbread leaning against each other in like an A frame, does not qualify as a house. It has to be like 4 walls and a roof.
I mean, it has to
Totally.
look like that one that you showed. Why not?
Yeah.
I mean, that's the only example of gingerbread house I've ever seen in my life, Lev. So, like, you know, to me, that is the standard.
I think I can get a.
I'm
Okay.
getting my second layer, but again, guys, like this was way beyond what I should have done. I should have gone like, you know, more simple. But again, take your time because you can do some cool stuff when you layer it out, you know. And if you can use the appearance panel, everything becomes easier. You can just do it with one line, you know, one design kind of thing, and everything becomes easy. Easy peasy. What is that? Taj
That is
Mahal?
sweet.
Kremlin.
No, I
No,
don't know.
it's looks Russian.
It's the Kremlin.
Kremlin.
Yeah.
That is like a monster in Ragnarok Online that I used to play when I was a kid. Kremlin. I
Really?
didn't know the name was of a place. Yeah.
It is a very cool and very spooky building. Okay, it's not the Kremlin.
What?
Dang it.
It's a church.
It's a church.
Yeah.
Church of the Kremlin.
Also wrong.
Always wrong. Too.
Man,
Always
yeah,
wrong.
no, like that one about America, that was like, oh
Listen,
man.
Honey, let's not.
I'm
Let's
not
argue.
I'm not gonna let that fly. Dude. Like,
I think we will probably have to cut it here pretty soon, Miguel. What do you think? Do you want to like post this up on Instagram? Is this going to be like another Amy saves the day?
I don't have a choice. I have like 3 minutes and it's cutting for another 12. So, and I still have 2 layers to go. So yeah, definitely that is an Emmy save the day kind of thing. But I think I put the education out there. That's what I was planning to do today anyway, right? So know your tools. That's the basic process of anything that you design. That is the See?
Sweet.
See, Lev knows about geography, man.
He
About
does.
like
He does
landmarks
know
and
about
stuff like that. And you still think you don't live in America. I cannot believe that, but that's another anyway.
So thank you guys so much for watching. He's right. Is the problem is, I mean, he's usually right. I just, you know, I'll fight anything. I'll argue anything to the death, even if it's a bad opinion.
That's the thing. For no reason, also, so that you guys know, like he
Most
has
debates for no reason.
he's not gonna win anything with it. Not even the
No.
chocolate that Amy gave us.
Oh, that
Okay.
was so sweet. Thank you, Amy.
Yeah, thank
It's
you,
okay.
Amy, again.
I guess
Enjoy.
that will probably call it for this week then, I think. Oh, Miguel, I did want to ask you one quick thing. Is part of the reason that the cutting takes a little bit longer because it's doing intricate curves?
Yes. Big reason is that every time that it's doing a curve, it is deaccelerating, right? I mean, you
Right.
can make the test yourself. If you do, if you make a square, right, and you get to the edges and you round the corners and put the laser at top speed, like 3%, 4%, hit go on the cut, you will see that the laser goes extremely fast when it does a straight line, but then when it goes to the curves, it deaccelerates like by a lot. So since there's a lot of curves, if this was like a actual geometric kind of edged out shapes, it would take like half the time or a third of the time. But since it's everything's curves, it's gonna take like 12 minutes to cut. So,
But I mean,
that's-
like, I'm excited to see it on Instagram. And if you guys learned sort of the technique from watching and want to take it and do something cool, I know Miguel's going to bring it back another day when we have a kind of a more defined plan for how we want to use it. Listen, guys, I learned a bunch today.
I'm gonna be honest. I still want to redo the shadow box, but more intricate. I want to be even more how do you guys say that I am like Icarus? No,
Yeah, Icarus.
ambitious. Yeah, I want to be more ambitious about the shadow box. I saw some cool shadow boxes out there. I was like, man, I may be able to speed run that and like make it in an hour. Because that is actually my issue, is that I want to do some cool projects that I see out there, and I'm like, okay, I can do something better than this, but can I do it in an hour? Let's try. And then I fail, and I'm like, yeah, that was really
See you next week.
see you next week. That's how it goes.
Yeah. Hello, darkness, my old friend. And the thing is, too, coming into the new year, I mean, maybe we'll look for some changes to the 1 hour stream. I think, like, obviously we love this format, but, depending on what you guys want to see, if it's something where you want to see maybe Miguel and Amy break something like a more complex project into 1 hour pieces, where it's like, this week we have to finish this entire piece, this week we have to finish this entire piece, the third week we have to do the assembly. And if we didn't get one of the 2 first pieces done, the assembly is going to be rough, but like, who knows, you know what I mean? Like, maybe we're designing something more intricate. I don't know. But, if you guys have any idea, anything like that, we always welcome your suggestions. We welcome your ideas.
Did we talk about anything about Rhino? Like, publicly? Do we? Yeah. So there's also that, right? Like,
Yeah.
eventually soon,
Yeah.
TM going to come with the Rhino.
Oh,
Losing the
you got your slideshow.
We're gonna do some 3D stuff. We're gonna do furniture. We're gonna do decor, extra decor.
all right. I'm just gonna maybe hop in there for
God.
Miguel and just.
I lost the. Am I here?
Hold on. You're there, but not there. You're in an in-between state. You're in the upside down, my friend.
You're in the in between.
Indeed, yeah, exactly. Where up is down and hamburgers eat people. Miguel is right, though. We do have a really cool new stream concept coming soon. Oh, there he is. There he is.
Mm-hmm.
Pixelated
Am I
Miguel,
back?
would you like to tell us again, sorry, about the Rhino, because that is actually a really cool thing.
Yeah. We're gonna do streams, live streams with large format machines, right? So we're gonna do more decor like this, but bigger, and we're gonna do also some cool furnitures, some interior design pieces. It's gonna be pretty cool. So
Ooh.
I don't know if we're gonna alternate between Rhino and the Rayjet, but
We
we're gonna
haven't really
get
figured
even
out.
more- what?
No, go ahead, son. I'm sorry.
No, we're gonna get even more ambitious with what we can do in an hour. But yes, it's gonna be pretty cool.
Rhino is a
So
really
is
cool
the
thing.
Rhino like a 3D model?
Yes,
Is that
exactly.
what I can do? Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
So
you,
we're gonna-
can, you can use for the Rayjet. Like, there is one thing that there was the Grasshopper webinar that we had a couple of weeks ago or a month ago or something like that, and I thought it was pretty cool. And you can eventually take the 3D model and transfer it to what's the word?
Rayjet?
Job control, Rayjet, or whatever we're
Rayjet
using,
Manager?
right? Yeah.
Yeah.
You can do that and transform to a 2D software thing, right?
Mhm.
And you can do some cool layered and wavy patterns. It's so cool. Like, I don't know. I don't even know how to explain that. When I was watching the webinar, I was looking, I was like, how can you do that? Just like dragging a couple of, I don't know.
Yeah, if you
handles.
guys haven't seen Grasshopper, the software before, it's really, really, really cool. Yeah. Lev is showing some cool
Mhm.
stuff that you can do with it, like cool pattern pieces and 3D pieces. Amy's exactly right. Like it's like a 3D modeling. 3D modeling software, is that like a fair thing to say?
Yep, absolutely.
Oh my god, you
And,
guys.
we're going to be doing that, right? Really soon.
Really soon. TM.
Soon TM, exactly.
I'm
Just
excited
like-
for you guys. Oh, we have so much cool stuff coming. I'm really excited, you guys. Okay, I'm gonna
let me
call
take
it
some
before.
pieces out before we call it out, right?
Sure. Yeah, go
Because-
for it.
So,
I'm just realizing that I learned about like what was the tool you were using in Corel, Amy? Sorry, I'm trying to remember what it was called.
Oh, the tool I was using. It was called the segment delete tool.
Oh, how could I not remember that very catchy name? The the segment delete tool. I did learn how to use the segment delete tool. I did learn about using the like multi-layered things to do a cool layered piece like Miguel's gonna do.
Mr. High Volt always with the words like parametric modeling. Exactly. That's what you do. You make a simple shape and then you start like randomizing it and some cool stuff pops out of it, and it's so cool.
It's
I don't
really,
know.
really cool. And
The word
Miguel's going to be,
power.
I think Miguel's going to be like either, I know he's going to be participating. He may even partly be hosting that stream because he did such a like bang up job. If you guys haven't watched my birthday stream, Miguel was hosting that week and did an absolute knockout job. He did a really good job.
I didn't, but that's all right.
You absolutely did.
Okay, so here we just take out the 3M and start like putting on top of the kiss cut. So all this to speed run in an hour is actually kind of tough, and I can tell you that now. It's already 1 hour.
Yeah.
And I lost the challenge.
You did not lose.
Did not lose. It was
You
in
got
the
it.
laser by the hour.
Thank you, Amy.
It's about the journey. It's about the journey, right?
Exactly. It's about the journey, right? You haven't mastered the Rayjet skip yet. All these speedrun strats.
Rayjet skip.
Yeah.
Also called voodoo craft. Look at that. Like there's even a second name for it. Voodoo
All right,
craft.
throw it down, buddy. Any tips for when you're doing this kind of like alignment placement on the like on a kiss cut material?
Be
careful.
Yes. Yes, be careful. And actually, the tip that I was gonna tell you is be careful also to not forget that you had another layer in between those two layers. So this, I cut the third layer instead of the second one. So yes, I went ahead, but this one would go in here. You know what? I'm gonna redo that while I do all the other stuff in my day-to-day job, and I'm gonna put it here so you guys can see how it would look. Then we try it again, and then again, and then again.
What's Picard doing there?
Just like we did with the pumpkin pie sweet.
Oh no.
Miguel.
Time. It's definitely time. Yeah, I'm even
Yeah.
getting the hook from the producer. From Classic Lab is telling me we gotta end it. Oh, there's a good screenshot. Grab Miguel. Okay, you guys. Listen, we are going to even Highbolt has a hint. So to put the spiral down on the table upside down and then lay the flat piece on top of it, that seems very dangerous and exactly your style, sir.
Yeah.
Listen, if anybody can do it, Mr. Miguel Machado can do it.
Eventually, yes.
Amy Hill, Miguel
Give me
Machado.
enough time, I can do anything.
100%.
That's my
very
motto.
true.
That's why they put it 1 hour.
Thank you guys so much for watching. Keep in mind, we're doing some really cool stuff next week. Same bat time, same bat channel. Hopefully we're going to have, dude, that looks really cool already. Oh, hold on. I don't want to point that out because it is like really awesome.
Yeah, there's a couple more layers that should be on top, but this one is actually the second or the third layer, so I messed up a little bit there. I need a thicker layer on the bottom, and then you just go gluing one on top of the other and creating this wavy effect, to the.
It's going to be awesome.
That's
the whole
sweet,
thing.
yeah.
Dude, I'm excited. Okay, keep your eyes out on our Instagram because Miguel is going to be posting something up in the next day or two of some finished. Yeah, okay. That's back for 1 week. You guys, we look forward to seeing you next week. We have Johnny Green coming on from the UK, and I'm going to keep saying that so that he feels like he absolutely cannot skip it. We're going to have Amy and Miguel back, of course.
Yes, please. Let's do some geeky stuff.
Do some cool stuff. I mean,
Nice,
next week is Remembrance Day, so maybe we can do like
True.
for fallen stormtroopers. I'm not sure. I wouldn't want to do anything that would be. Oh dear. We love you guys. See you again next week. Don't forget to tune in. Check us out, and we will see you soon.